I'm not that thirsty anymore. But I'm happy you're here, and welcome back to the JP Reacts channel, my wonderful freedom-loving friend, where we like to call out the lies, hypocrisy, and corruption of tyrants, shine the spotlight on woke absurdities, and also highlight the amazing work of other freedom fighters. And we're going to dabble with the tyrants and woke absurdities today. I'm sure you've seen something about it, and it's the Bud Light having Dylan Mulvaney come in as a man who dresses as a woman, and he's their woman spokesperson. Sit down, women. Come on over here, fella. You're going to do the job of a woman much better. I think I have a speech impediment now. So we're going to take a look at that with you and also share something with you behind the scenes, like corporate corruption, about why Anheuser-Busch did this, something you might not know, but I think it's extremely relevant. We'll get to that in a second, but first let's take a look at the commercial that has people kind of disgusted with Bud Light. This first one is on Dylan's, very ladylike name, Instagram account, and off we go.
Hi, impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports.
That's funny. He's pretending to not know about sports because he's pretending to be a woman. That's clever.
And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either...
He's continuing on the same thing, which makes the clever thing now redundant.
Either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood.
That's awesome. Congratulations. Day 365 of womanhood. That means this woman is exactly 1 year old. This is a 1 year old woman because he just said it. This celebrated day 365 of being a woman. That means you are 1 year old. Bud Light has hired a 1 year old to be their spokesperson. Don't you have to be 21 years old to drink? This person just drank on camera. A 1 year old woman just drank Bud Light, and Bud Light hired this 1 year old woman to drink their product. If that's not underage drinking, I don't know what is. I'm just trying to go along with the show here, people. I'm capable of doing math. I know a little bit about the law, like gotta be 21 to drink. I just put 2 and 2 together and I got 4. Damn it, but 2 and 2 is supposed to equal 5 now. I guess I'm wrong.
And Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on.
A can with your face on it. That's the can nobody's buying.
On it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too.
Okay, we've seen enough of that. And then just to make sure if you're not already motion sick that you fully get here, here's another Bud Light commercial.
The hold time is now less than 96.
Which, by the way, the brilliance of having, like, you're an alcoholic, so you've got to have 30 beers with you while you're in the bath, which, by the way, that's a crappy way to drink beer. Like, wouldn't you have them in a cooler? But I guess if you were going to be a woman, you probably wouldn't also be a guy, so 2 + 2 = 5.
6 minutes.
Fast forwarding. This person looks very authentic. All right, I think we've seen enough of that. That's all I can take. Now, some people are accusing Bud Light after this Dylan Mulvaney ad campaign, spokeswoman campaign, of not knowing their customers. Those accusations seem to be correct. Bud Light, the stock is dropping. We'll actually look at those numbers in a second. But first, if you haven't seen it, we're going to take a look at Kid Rock's response to this Bud Light ad campaign. Take it away, Kid Rock.
Grandpa's feeling a little frisky today. Let me say something to all you and be as clear and concise as possible. Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch. Have a terrific day.
2 things. I think Kid Rock spoke for many people with those words. And 2, that's a hell of a gun. I want one of those. Now for Bud Light, this seems to be an advertising move that's been a sales prevention strategy where people have literally taken up the sentiment of Kid Rock and said, Bud Light. Not for me anymore. Like if this is what they're about, like using a man to be the face of women, is like that violates common sense, that violates women, and also it kind of like violates the, what do you call it, God-given will of the gender that God gave you, and pretending that God's will isn't actually a thing, and pretending reality is not part of reality because it's not polite. So Bud Light has seen a bit of a dip in sales, and I'm going to click over to the Instagram account of DC Drano. If you're not following him, I think he's a great follow. He's reporting a few statistics from the Anheuser-Busch market drop, which coincides with the Dylan Mulvaney ad campaign. As you can see here, and we'll take a look at the actual stock screen in a second. On March 31st, Anheuser-Busch had a $132.38 billion market cap. As of today, it's now $128.4 billion. So that means the woke Bud Light campaign has already shaved off nearly $4 billion in company value in a few short days. That's great. And he concludes, don't let Dems lie to you. Conservative boycotts work. I like that. And here, if you're into confusing looking screens, these are the actual market cap number screens, 132.38 billion on March 31st. And then as of today, looks like as of today was April 9th, it's 128.4 billion, which means it's a $4 billion market value drop from Bud Light saying, here's a good marketing tactic that will cost us money and cost us customers. And there's also a video I found of a Bud Light affiliate salesman. I'll show you in a second, where he's talking about, like, he's in a store. His job is to go into stores, sell them Bud Light. And of course, they're going to buy Bud Light based on the rate that they can sell it. And now the stores can't sell it. So the salesman is saying, I can't sell Bud Light to stores because their customers aren't buying it. I don't know how I'm going to feed my family. Let's take a look at that.
I work for an affiliate company. I am a merchandiser, and the sole product of the company I work for is Anheuser-Busch products. So with all this canceling going on, I've never seen such little sales in this past few days on these products.
Just interesting to note that he says he's never seen such few sales. It'd be interesting, like, cool, it's one thing if occasionally there's this few sales, but he's saying, no, I've never seen this few sales.
And it's sad because when people don't buy this beer, I don't make money, and I can't feed my family. So it's kind of...
Which, by the way, based on the Panther logo on his shirt, I'm guessing he's in Florida. So I know there's boycotts going on everywhere, but I'm guessing it's really intense in Florida because Florida is largely freedom-minded people, and freedom-minded people tend to believe in God's will over the will of mentally ill people.
Heartbreaking, I guess, that Anheuser-Busch did what they did. They don't know their clientele. So it's kind of heartbreaking. Thanks, Anheuser-Busch. I may not be able to feed my family coming up here soon.
Now, we might be saying that's amazing. Like, people, Americans, want to vote with their dollars. If they don't like something a company does, cool, stop buying from the company. It'll work, but maybe it won't in this case. Because here's something you might not know, and I'm going to reference an article from the Gateway Pundit entitled, Report Reveals the Alarming Reason Why Bud Light and Nike Are Shoving Transgender Dylan Mulvaney in America's Face. So in this report, it's basically saying, I'll show you specifics about, yes, Bud Light's losing a lot of money from customers right now, but they actually might have a net profit from this marketing campaign that's driving customers away. How could that be? Let's take a look. So scrolling down in the articles, beautiful. And we'll start right here. The New York Post exclusively revealed that the Human Rights Campaign, the forefront of the leftist LGBTQ mafia, is utilizing a social credit score to force companies like Nike and Anheuser-Busch, company that owns Bud Light, to either advance their poisonous agenda. These are precisely the tactics the Chinese Communist Party pulls with their citizens and companies when they say or do something contrary to the CCP's mission. A couple more relevant points to make this make sense. In addition, the HRC publicly threatens the organizations every year by sending a list of demands in person over what they want displayed in public. Clearly, Mulvaney was part of those marching orders. And here's where we start to understand how Anheuser-Busch could just be money motivated. Yes, they'll lose customers for sure, they already are, but they might actually have a net profit from this. Here it is. The HRC is backed by hedge funds such as BlackRock and Vanguard, the top shareholders of most American publicly traded companies. Corporations. Failure to advance the woke agenda would lead to these companies pulling their funds from Nike, Anheuser-Busch, and other major companies, leading to the loss of millions of dollars. Just summarizing what I just read, BlackRock and Vanguard, to maybe less than moral companies who are pushing this weird corporate woke agenda. They give these companies they invest tons of money, have a list of demands. And for some reason, their demands are like, we want a bunch of transgender stuff in your ads. We want this. Then the companies bow down and say, we stand for nothing. We'll do anything for your money. And then those companies do such things, offend their customers, piss their customers off, or their customers aren't emotionally charged and they're just like, they're crazy. That's not for me. I will take my business somewhere else. So they lose a lot of money. But the company like Anheuser-Busch still gets the investment money from Vanguard and BlackRock. So this article says if a company like Bud Light doesn't bow down to the woke demands of Vanguard and BlackRock, that they'll withdraw their investment funds, costing them millions of dollars. That's not very specific. It says millions of dollars. We just looked at the market cap loss of Anheuser-Busch, and it's a $4 billion loss. So that does make me question, does Bud Light actually come out net profit on this thing because of their large investments from BlackRock and Vanguard that they would lose if they didn't sell their souls and go woke? Or have Americans spoken loud enough where they've now lost $4 billion, where they actually will have a net loss? I'm not totally sure, kind of hope it's the latter. And I know if people keep voting with their dollars, it certainly will be the latter. But I found that to be very interesting information. And I think it's also beautiful. We have freedom. Like if you like what Bud Light's doing, awesome. Support their product while you poison your body with their product. And if you don't like what they're doing, awesome. Don't buy their product, buy someone else's product who's in line with what you want their product to be. That's America. It's beautiful. And right now we're seeing people exercising that freedom and they're saying no to Bud Light. I love you, my beautiful freedom-loving friend. And I want to thank the sponsor of this channel for supporting this video and supporting our viewers, Bioptimizers, and their product, Magnesium Breakthrough. Hey, my friend, I am proud to say today's video is brought to you by Bioptimizers and Magnesium Breakthrough, one of my favorite companies on the planet. I'm going to share something with you that I don't want to. I've been a little bit frazzled lately. I'm under deadlines all the time with work. I've also got my family responsibilities, and I'm keeping up to speed on world events, which tend to be stressful. So it's left me frazzled and stressed out throughout the day. And then I remembered Magnesium Breakthrough. I'm used to taking it just before sleep, which is incredible, helps me sleep better and reduce stress. But then I started taking it in the morning with my morning coffee, which I find helped balance me out, not just from the coffee, which I love, but also balanced me out from the stress that I'm under starting the day, so that the things I encounter that would normally start to feel really stressful just started feeling like regular things that I was doing, which is exactly how they should feel. And Magnesium Breakthrough helped me get there. Magnesium Breakthrough contains all 7 potent forms of magnesium that your body needs to support over 300 functions, including feeling calm, centered, and in control of your stress levels. If you want to bring more of that into your life quickly and easily, then go to magbreakthrough.com/JPReacts. And while you're there, use the discount code JPReacts10 for a discount. And Bioptimizers always loves to give away free gifts with purchase. That's one of the reasons why I love them. Thank you, Bioptimizers.